Good morning. Is this thing on? You can hear me? It's all good? Yep. Welcome to the 174th annual. I don't know. Just kidding. I am Dave, the music director. This is Soulshine. We have special guests in the house all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. They're sitting over there. You'll hear them later, but for right now, you got us. So don't adjust your set. It is us on stage. So we sing from our feet, not from our seats, so please stand. We're going to sing a fun song, and that's order. This is an old standard, if you will. I am as God created me. Sing out, sing proud. Here we go. That's the three parts. Easy peasy, we're going to do it again. I want to hear you sing this time. So the crowd is saying, I am as God created me. Are you ready? Here you go, crowd. You go. And you sing louder. Come on. Sing it one more time. Yeah. Good job. Sing with us, Soulshine. In the light, in the love, in the glory.
I get to hang out with you? This is awesome news. Do you have another song?
Nope.
Okay, just checking. All right. How many of you know I screw this up all the time? Raise your hands. Okay, good. Excellent news. All right. So today
You're
is all...
perfect, Tamara.
Aha. If only my parents had gotten that memo. So I'm Reverend Tam, who apparently is a little irreverent when she's up here. And I wanted to welcome you here to Unity of Central Oregon. Is there any sound effect I could hear about that? Woo! All right. All right. For those of you that have no idea what just happened, I apologize. Text me later. I will fill you in on everything. Let's begin with our mission statement. What a beautiful place to come to. We stand together to create a global ecosystem of unity, deep wisdom, and loving kindness. All right, later today when I do the prayer, could you remember the words loving kindness? I think we should revisit that because of the world around us. All righty then. I'm going to start. We're going to have you greet your neighbor, but there are some rules today. because I'm just feeling like I should pretend I'm in control. So first off, I want everybody to turn around and wave at the camera so we can greet all of our online visitors today, or those that are home, probably in greater air conditioning. So, hi everyone. Now, I want you to find one person in this room that you do not know, and go over to them or greet them accordingly, and just tell them one thing about yourself and let them do the same. Go.
But you call me my nickname, it's not Mr. Fitz. That's my dad. He's old. I know a lot of people. Yeah, or don't call me sir, I work for a living. We're hanging out by the piano, I guess, right?
Love having the energy. Love having everybody check in with one another. As my 90-year-old father would say, I now need you to get your tukuses back to your chairs. Okay? All right? Little Yiddish, a little Hebrew. We're going to mix it up. All right? Well, thank you for that fabulous greeting just now. I want to dig in on all the volunteer activities that go on around here. So I'm going to start by acknowledging every single volunteer that does something with this community. So stand up or raise your hand if you're online if you volunteer here in our community. All right? Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, thank you. So whether you're up here, there, doing the bathrooms. Okay, so funny story. How many of you know that I'm hanging out this summer working security for Hayden Homes Amphitheater, right? Am I not having a grand old time? I am really having a great time. I'd like to tell you that 23,000 steps a concert is really making sure that my jumping to conclusions and running off at the mouth is a lesser problem, all right? So one of the things that you wouldn't know is, obviously everything's a porta potty, but there's one place in the entire facility that those of us that work security, which is the art station, have a locked bathroom we can go into. Now, as the heat goes up, the porta potty desires go down. Let me tell you how important toilet paper is. So I end up every single shift starting with a loop through the one bathroom we all use going, toilet paper's not here, toilet paper. I am like toilet paper distributor now is my side job. So all of you that make everything work, you're so darn amazing and thank you for being you. All righty. Okay, we have a chair, but let's change it up. I mean, we're using imagination, right? So I'm going to go over here, and I am going to lay down on this bed that they're using for the plays. Exactly. Manissa is on to me. You know, who's sleeping well in all of this heat? Not me. So, you know, maybe I'll be snoozing a little bit, but I think everybody's so good, I'll probably be awake again. But we have the chair here, or the bed over here. For those who are not with us, or couldn't be here on the earth, or haven't been here in the sanctuary of late, and I'm now going to take a nap. No, I have more work to do. So, never mind. Ignore that. And now we're to our land acknowledgement. You guys have heard this, so I want this section, shout out one of our tribes. Okay.
Wasco, Warm Springs, Paiute.
Okay. Anyone's missing? Okay. You did it. So we want to appreciate this amazing earth that we walk on, that we're a part of, that we're doing, and that they came before. So I think that's absolutely incredible. Now, if everybody's cool with it, let's do some praying. Everybody ready? It turns out that I'm a semi-professional on the prayer thing. because I got a Rev title one day. But before we go into it, I will tell you the side story. So the Hayden Homes Amphitheater found out I'm a reverend here. And in fact, we got to the kid that you've heard talk a couple times, my youngest daughter. Her birthday was yesterday. We went to Radius Spa. I find out we have friends, people working there. Everything you guys do, people feel and experience, etc. And your hearts, your desires, this earth needs prayer and it needs kindness like it never has before. So if you'll join me by closing your eyes. And I want you to go inward. And I want you to send a grounding cord all the way down to the center of the earth. And I want you to pull up the energy of love, light, joy, reduction of separation, and entering in the inner knowing that we all can make a difference every single minute of every single day. Each of you are a beacon of light in this world that is in so needing of that light and that magic. And so I ask that you look inside and you talk to the kindest person you have ever known in your life. And as you look inside, I want you to ask them, what act of kindness may I perform today? And then ask them, what gifts do you see from within me that I can make a difference for this world we live in? And if you would gently touch them, hug them, lean over and give them a kiss on the forehead, and thank them for their guidance. And now, listening to my voice, I want you to pull all that energy into your heart. And now I want you to take a deep breath and see you expanding your aura, your love and light bigger and larger, and see it surround this building. Now see it surround this state. Now see it surround this country. See your kindness, love, light, and joy surround this world. And repeat with me, with kindness we may heal. With kindness we may heal. And in this moment, I release all that no longer serves me, and I turn to my inner light, heart, and soul, and say, may my love of this world make a difference every single day. And so it is.
I'm going to play for a minute while you guys are filling out your percolators on the green. In the front row, it's right in the back here. Go ahead and fill that out. The prayer team will pray over that for a week, and then it'll be sent off to Silent Unity, which is amazing, for a month. Join us in our prayer song.
Let go and know
feel that vibrating every chakra, just moving into your heart and your soul. Thank you, Soul Shine. All right, I have celebrations. I think I have helpers for celebrations. Where did my helpers go? That means, come on up, Lovey. All right, while my, there's a microphone right there. Victor, can you hand her the microphone and make sure it's on? All right, so we have hands up going up already while we get her in position. I would like to start with a celebration. This is the first time I've been here for like 6 or 8 weeks, so it's so good to see everybody, and I love being with all of you.
Hello?
That again, back to how my family responds. Oh yeah, you're here.
This is a bit of a selfish celebration, but I'm celebrating 22,645.5 days of life. And that's that's 62 years for those who aren't math inclined.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Paul. I'm celebrating the fact that our family get to travel and be with all our other family, huge family reunion to celebrate my mom's 90th birthday. Coming right on up.
Yes, that's fabulous. All right, this group is usually not that bashful.
I'm celebrating the life of Marcia Langeberg Peterson, who owned Circle of Friends, Waldorf Preschool and Kindergarten for a number of years, and was my mentor and boss during the 4 years I worked there. Oh. Marcia had a huge love for children and for nurturing them in the Waldorf way, and the impact that she had on the community, I really think is felt far, far beyond our world. She lived with cancer for 6 years. And then when she was ready to go, she was ready to go. So on Tuesday, she left her earthly body.
I just want to celebrate moving to Bend, Oregon 10 years ago.
Wow.
This week.
Mazel tov.
Time just flies.
Was there anybody else? Okay, yes. Okay, as she's heading over there, I have to tell you that what you guys may have not seen while you were greeting is all of a sudden we have this beautiful little person working their way over, and I'm standing next to Jilly, and she just like leaps into Claire's arms. And, you know, if you don't get a chance, check out the cowboy boots, okay?
All right, well, Mabel has a celebration. Mabel, what's your celebration? How old are you now?
3, yay! All right.
Mabel just turned 3, and man, I swear in a couple weeks, she's doubled in size.
I believe that. He's so big. Anybody else? Oh, right here. You get to do steps clear. Oh, this is good. Anne Marie, and then we'll go over to Donna.
Thank you. I just came back from camping, and so my celebration is just how blessed we are in Oregon. And I went up to Washington, too, so the whole Pacific Northwest, just how many beautiful places there are to be.
Absolutely. Donna is our last person, and then we'll continue on celebration with talks.
I spoke to my 98-year-old stepmother this week, and she's been having major cognitive decline over this year. But in the last few months, she came back, and she knew who I was and said, "I love you. I've always loved you." And so, believe in medical miracles. I have no idea what worked, but she's kind of back and cognitive of what's going on.
Thank you. And as we move on, I'd like to celebrate my daughter Kat, who many of you know, celebrated her 25th birthday. It's more of a celebration for me because she lives with me now and I haven't killed her. So I just thought I'd throw that out there as a positive way to look at things. All righty, let's see. I've got kids. Who's going to hang out at the nest? Okay. Well, is there ever been a greater adult kid in our lives than William? And Leah is a part of all of this. All right. Now, we have Girl Scout Rule 101. There is always 2 leaders when your own kid is in the room, so we never neglect one or over-honor the other. So well done to our group. All right, they're going to do the 12 powers of the planet, and today is Power of Imagination Monica Share Challenge. Sorry, Monica, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you're going to be amazing. There.
Team. And we have our Power of Imagination challenge, and I really want to encourage everybody to do the challenges because we are going to have prizes, and right now there's hardly anybody who's put their name in the boxes. So. Oh, good. What was yours from? What challenge did you do?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay, so Claire just said, because she's not on mic right now, she's made a vegan meal and a connection with nature. All right, I want a quick show of hands. Who has done something with the imagination powers? See, look. Just put your gosh darn names in the box.
I know, everybody forgets. So, and I think if you do one that's from before, go ahead and put it in too. I mean, there's no,
We are
it has
not
to
the
be
police.
this week. Yes, exactly. So this week it's to be creative and use your imagination to create 2 healthy, allergen-friendly snacks to replace a processed junk food snack. And you can bring back samples or recipes to share with, this is a kids challenge, so you want to bring back recipes or you can post photos or picture of yourself making your new snacks on the Unity social media page. So the more fun you have with it, the better.
Yes, thank you. All right, let's bless our beautiful children. And the blessing includes all the littles that aren't leaving to hang out at the nest. Look at this room. We have little people all over. I love this. We appreciate the holy gift you are. We see the Christ light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. Oh, thank you. Have fun. And please keep Dad in his imagination and acting like a goofy kid. That's why we love him so much. All right, Miss Claire, you want to rock and roll on announcements? Yes. You can bring a helper up. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. The announcements are getting professional support. And now you get to see these adorable cowboy boots.
All right, come here, Mabel. She's 3, and that is the official age that you can do announcements.
We're going to be upgrading the other
So when you guys get there, you let me know, and you can come and do announcements. All right, Mabel, we're going to do our first announcement. What do we got, Joanne? Oh, it's Laurel. Healing sound bath tonight, 6 to 7:15. Remember, Lisa's back, so come tonight. We clear out the room and do yoga and do all kinds of cool stuff. All right, so that's happening tonight. And next, men's group did not meet last week because of the play, and so they are meeting tomorrow night at 6 here. So if you are interested in that, come on down.
Mabel would like to announce she can't go to that.
She can't go to that. Okay. All right, and Death of a Salesman. You see, we have a little bit different setup, and I love this. I love, what other church would you come and have a bed up on the stage, right? But I'm glad they made it, so we at least have a neat made bed. But Kevin and I came on Friday night, so Death of a Salesman is playing here again this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, or Thursday and Friday night at 7:30, and then Saturday at 2 p.m. will be a matinee. So if you are interested, tickets are online for $15 or at the door for $20. So, are you making silly faces at your dad? Okay, Family Kitchen. We do the volunteer the 4th Saturday of every other month. If you are interested in volunteering, we are doing that this coming up Saturday. So if you're interested. Are you leaving me, Mabel? She's bored already. Okay. Oh, I gotta go see my mom. And then I have another announcement about Family Kitchen, but every quarter we choose a nonprofit to tithe to. We vote on that at the beginning of the year, And so our second quarter tithe was to Family Kitchen. So that's how much we donated and sent Family Kitchen, in addition to volunteering. So, yay, thank you, all of you who know that part of what you contribute to Unity, we pass it on, we pass it forward. Okay, and any more? And if you need a calendar, always online, or you can grab a paper one out front. And that's it. Okay, back to you, Tam.
Thank you so much. Mabel, you did a fabulous job. Thank you for your assistance. All right, now I have the delight and pleasure of introducing our very special musical talent today. And I have to tell you that if you wanted to know how happy we can make Victor, just have these two people in the room. He keeps mentioning, they're here from Atlanta. We're so excited. We're so glad to have them. And I could tell you all about Brianna and Drew's bio, but what we thought was we would let them do it themselves, because hearing from the voice of gods and goddesses such as these makes it so much more fun, doesn't it? Take it away, my darling.
Hey, everyone. Yes, for sure. Thank you. So I think some of you have seen us as Pretend Sweethearts or Heart Hunters, and now we are actually focusing on my solo stuff. And Drew has taken a sideman role so that we can collectively dismantle patriarchy. Which is my joke. People are like, why isn't Drew singing? I'm like, because we're doing this thing, you know. Yeah, I wrote a bunch of songs that I wanted to have my name on and kind of put them forward with myself. And so here I am with my broken foot. And this first song, you know, we knew that the theme was imagination. And this first song, it can sound a little dark, but it's really about how a good thing can be broken and is worth fixing. And I think in our moment in history, so much is broken, but so much is worth fixing. And how we fix it is we imagine something different, and then we create it. And we do have the power to create our own narrative and our own stories. And it takes kind of work and intention, but we have that power. And I was inspired to write it when we renovated an old farmhouse. And sort of like my microcosm of changing the world, you know. But now our old farmhouse is a large art project. And so we can do that to the world as well. And my foot. Fix my foot.
Stand still and silent while the lives she's lived. Broken glass for windows, but she knows her bones are good.
So I get to introduce this guy. I know this will be new information. His name is Kevin. And I realized what I missed in celebrations was the fact that 6 years ago this month, I walked into the sanctuary for the very first time. I had moved a year and a half after my husband had died and was looking to create a new life. Didn't know anybody here, just went, it'll work out. Well, it certainly did, didn't it? And of course, you meet Jane, you know, and everything else. And there was this man, and he walks up to me and goes, "Hi, I'm Kevin." I'm like, "Hi, Kevin." He goes, "Welcome to Unity." I'm like, "That's a lot." And he said, "I'm so glad you're here." And to be seen and acknowledged, and we have great greeters, and they do their very best, but we also have some big personalities around here. And so eventually I would go through the new member orientation and stand up here again, and God help you, you haven't gotten rid of me since, huh? And Oh, okay, that's fair. Side note, Melissa said, "We like your daughter, so we keep you around." I was allowed to sing in the only time I know of that we had a holiday concert choir. And I told Dave I can't sing worth a darn. And Dave had heard my daughter sing, and he said I could stay around because she was going to join when she went in. So the rule is if you let me sing, turn off the microphone, but the kid can do great. But back to Kevin here. And I admitted that what I most needed and the reason I walked through the doors is a hug. How many people need a hug? Yeah, absolutely. And ever since that day, when I come through the door, even if he's trying to mic me up or has something I forgot to do and needs to tell me about it, I get the best heart-connecting hug of all time. And Claire, thanks for being okay with it every time. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute delight and pleasure to introduce you to the most epic hugger, and that wasn't in my imagination. I can tell you it's really happened. Kevin.
Play the little video, and we're going to do a little Willy Wonka. Chocolates, chocolates, we got to have chocolates. Chocolates, and these are special chocolates, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, they're special chocolates. There's something in these chocolates. If you guys actually don't eat chocolate, you can take one and give it to somebody else. And we have a little scene from Willy Wonka up here with no sound. On the main channel, you can unmute the...
Count to 3.
It is?
Come with
well, we can use our imaginations.
And you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
There, I don't have to sing. Lucky you.
Take a look and you'll see.
We're passing on these chocolates, and I want to... Remember the scene?
With a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll
this?
see will
Everybody seen this
defy
movie? I'm assuming that everybody saw it.
explanation.
I think what he says in this song, this iconic song, is pretty much sums up the magic of the entire movie.
Paradise. Simply look around and view it.
Make it a little louder, Mom.
Anything you want to do it.
It's the best part of the whole movie right here.
There's nothing to it.
Like why he does it, I have no idea. But it's just some crazy imagination. All right, we're gonna pull the movie back here.
This way, Grandpa.
There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination living there.
So these chocolates that you have here, did you know that they are special, nutrient-dense, non-fat, no sugar? They actually increase your metabolism and they make you lose weight. I got them from Hershey. Very good imagination. There is a study I just recently heard about, and in this study, they gave two groups of people some shakes, and these milkshakes, and they told one group of people that these were just regular McDonald's variety Fruity Tooty milkshakes, right? And the other group of people, they said, these are some special nutrient-dense, make you feel full kind of shakes. Now, of course, we know about placebo effect, right? So your mind might tell you, okay, I'm drinking a really nutrient-dense shake, da-da-da-da, I'm gonna feel full and all that. But what was really cool about this study was that they actually took blood samples because they're looking for a chemical called leptin. And when leptin's in your blood, it tells your body that you're full. And when they took blood samples from these two groups, they actually realized that not only did they mentally think they were full drinking the nutrient-dense shake, but the blood samples indicated that leptin was in the body in higher amounts than the other group. So there is a physiological change in their chemistry that happened from their imagination. What? You guys heard of Bruce Lipton, right? He wrote a book called The Biology of Belief. Fascinating book if you haven't read it. And his amazing finding was that genes, which we think are kind of much set, right? My genes go to my son, and his goes to his son, and you can't really change that. Well, he found that the environment that you put a gene in influences how it actually evolves, which was kind of revolutionary. And then environment is blood, and our blood is influenced by chemicals from our brains. All the yummy chemicals from love. He did a great example. He says, imagine that you see somebody you love. Maybe it's your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad, whoever you really love. That feeling of love releases chemicals into the blood. That's the good stuff. And all that, the more you have that in your blood, the more you influence the chemicals. Now, any of you here who are getting ready to have kids, anybody? Probably not. Okay. It doesn't apply to you as much, but it applies to your kids' kids because the news is you can now influence the genes of your future generations by what you have in your mind today. That's mind-blowing, and it's new. So we can actually help our kids have better genes by living a more positive, love-filled life, keeping those thoughts in our heads now, and pass it on to the kids. And if you have little kids in your lives, I know some of you have some wonderful little kids, take great care into what you plant in their heads, because they can now take those genes and make them better for the next generation, depending on what they hold in their heads. Kind of amazing, right? This power of our imagination. Willy Wonka, of course, is the epitome of imagination. The movie has some really obvious themes, which the Oompa Loompas thankfully helped us with, which was, don't be a greedy kid, don't be an arrogant kid, don't be a gluttonous kid. Darn, right? And don't watch too much TV. That was the other kid. But the broader theme of it all was the power of your imagination and what you can create. The power of your imagination and what you can create. And imagination is one of those Unity 12 powers. One of our 12 powers, you know, we've been doing this series now on the movies, and the power of imagination is a Unity power. And think about how imagination is the foundation of everything you see. Look around you now. Everything that you see on the stage, the clothes, the microphones, the way sound travels from my mic to your ears, happened in somebody's imagination first, and then it was created. All the miracles that we see come from our imagination. Willy Wonka was a perfect example of that. So I want to ask you guys to imagine something with me. You ready? We're all cave people, right? We have just learned to communicate with language yesterday. We're good. All right? Everybody with me. Rawr, rawr, rawr. We're sitting around the campfire together, and I'm Garocloid, and I'm sort of like the head honcho-ish over here, but now I have language, right? So I'm gather you guys around the campfire. I'm like, all right, everybody, come here, because you got to talk like this when you're a caveman. I just went out. Big cave, dragon in cave. Eat, everybody, eat, tear heads off, eat, comes to me. No eat, Grokboid. Oh, Grokboid special. Dragon no eat, Grokboid. Oh, dragon take finger, carve my arm. Picture of dragon. Ah! See? Campfire. Arr. You want to be alive like Grok? Huh? You make dragon arm. Follow me. Grok special. Right? That's pretty powerful, convincing, right? I don't want to be eaten by the dragon. I'm going to carve the dragon in my arm, and I'm going to follow Grok. There's a book called Sapiens. Anybody read Sapiens? One of the theories posited there was that society as we know it, people following each other and doing things as a community together, building societies, masses of people building pyramids and everything, came from our ability to imagine things we didn't see. When we tell stories, when I tell you the story of the dragon and you're on the campfire going, I don't want to get eaten by the dragon, I'm going to follow you. You're using your imagination now to follow Grok. Maybe that's how religion got started. Maybe that's how religions controlled people by giving them something to imagine, heaven and hell. None of that is tangible. Nobody's actually been there. But I can convince you pretty powerfully that if you do what you say, what I say, and you follow me, you won't go to that bad place and you won't get eaten by the dragon. Right? That changed our entire world because of this power of our imagination. It's a double-edged sword. Imagination can create and it can incapacitate by instilling fear in us that stops us from doing things that we could or should be doing. And that's the challenge that we're facing, is that we're incapacitated sometimes. What happens with fear? You have two kinds of fear, really. There's the fear that's like the con man. It's the constructed fear that comes from your memories, the imagination, right? Things that you remember, and now you bring them back into your imagination and you build them up and you make them bigger and worse than they were, and you fear them, and it's based on something that you've constructed. And then there's the Willy Wonka, or the willful imagination, which is purely creative, means you can create it from nothing. This is what creates these cool things in our world. We don't know what they are, but we're going to create something. This is where music often comes from. This is where art comes from. This is where these microphones that transmit radio waves come from, something completely new. So the downside of it is that we can live in this world of fear, of believing that what happened to us in the past might happen to us again. And so we don't try anymore, right? That's the constrained, constructed fear imagination. It also influences us, and we're not having compassion. If we can't imagine walking in somebody else's shoes, we can't have compassion for them. We can't treat them as equals. We have to use our imagination in that way. And there's a couple ways we can deal with this imagination problem. And one of them is called cognitive reframing. And it's a psychological process. And it really is simple. It's about taking your fears, things that might have been held you back or are holding you back, and then you reframe them in your mind so that you are telling a new story about it, right? So, for example, you might say, I turned in this report at work. My boss didn't like it. I suck. I can't ever do anything right at work. I hate this. I'm never going to get ahead. Or you could reframe it and tell yourself, you know what? First of all, the first question is it true that you always do bad work? Is it true that you always fail? It's not true, right? When you reframe it, you ask yourself, no, it's not true. I've done many good things. And so you start talking about the good things you've done in your head. And you ask yourself, how am I learned from this? And how can I reframe it so that it helps me in the future? That's cognitive reframing, taking those things and turning them into something positive. Really powerful and important piece. Let's look at Willy Wonka again. We're going to play a quick video. Willy is going to show us a little version of his cognitive reframing.
Hurry, please. Long way to go yet. Oh. Wait a minute. Must show you this. Lickable wallpaper for nursery walls. Lick an orange. It tastes like an orange. Lick a pineapple. It tastes like a pineapple. Go ahead. Try it.
I got a plum. Grandpa, this banana's fantastic. It tastes so real.
Try some more. The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snoz. Berries.
Snozberries? Who ever heard of a snozberry?
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. Come along, come on.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. That's a very interesting version of cognitive reframing. She's like, whoever heard of snozberries? Those don't even exist. That sucks. Also, by the way, I love the sounds. If you listen to that on the movie, like the sounds of them licking the wallpaper is kind of hilarious. It's like, you're like, well, that reminds me of a scientist joke. Did I ever tell you my scientist joke? We're speaking of scientists anyway. Okay, so why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. I thought that was pretty good. So we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers. And one of the unity principles, the third principle in unity, is I create my experiences, but I choose to think, feel, and believe. What I choose. What I apply my imagination to is what I create in my reality, now and in the future, right? One of the amazing things about imagination, and there's another study that I used to use in my photography classes, and I think it's actually probably one of the most famous ones. Some of you may have heard of it. It's a study of basketball free throws, right? So these three groups, this was done quite a ways back there in Denver University. They took three groups of basketball players, one group, 1 hour a day for 30 days. They said, you're going to practice free throws. The second group, they said, you're going to do nothing. You're going to watch TV and slack off. The third group, they said, you are not going to touch the basketball, but you're going to visualize it. But here's how you're going to visualize it. You're not going to just free throw. You're going to bounce the ball in your mind. You're going to hear boom, 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 the bouncing of the ball. You're going to feel that texture, the bumpy texture of the ball before you throw it. And then you're going to feel your muscles, boom, throw. You're going to hear swoosh, boom, 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 and the ball coming back to you. You're going to engage all of your senses to make that as real as you can in your brain as you practice 1 hour a day of just visualization, boom, boom, boom. Smells like sweaty basketball players, More visual you can make it, the better. It works. And what I found, well, the experiment, first of all, guess what? The people who actually physically practiced, they improved 24% by the end of the 30-day period. The group that slacked off improved 0. The group that visualized improved 23%. Nearly on par with those who physically practiced by simply using very specific visualization, imagination techniques. Could we not apply that to everything we do? I think so. I teach photographers to hold their camera and to imagine themselves in their hands. If they don't have a camera with them, this is the days before we had cell phones in our hands all the time. You had to have a real big camera, right? And I would say, imagine that camera, and you press the focus button, and you hear the zzz, zzz, zzz of the autofocus, and you can feel the heavy weight of it. You can feel it pressed up against your nose as you're pressing the look into the glass, and boom, you hear that click in your head, and you're capturing a perfect moment. My students would practice this, and I had one student who actually did this, and a few months later, she came in at a convention and said she had tattooed the word boom, because I used to say boom, imagine it is boom when you touch the shutter. She tattooed boom across her back. I said, that technique changed my life. I'm such a much better shooter now, I love it. I'm like, I wish you'd put Kevin on the back of your neck, but I'll take boom, that's good, you know, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. So there are the positive uses. The positive uses of our imagination are sort of the opposite of the negative, of course. It's visualizing, right? Or what we choose to think, feel, and believe. I want to share with you 4 ways that we can positively use our imagination in a spiritual context. Number 1 is a real simple one. It's using imagination for visualization during guided meditations. You guys, many of you have done this, right? Very, very important use of our imagination in a guided meditation. If you're not using your imagination, you're probably just falling asleep during the guided meditation, right? The other part is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Can we imagine what it feels like to be this person, that person, who has less, more, different experiences than us? That builds a stronger spiritual sense for ourselves. The other is, well, unity, we actually use it in prayer and meditation, but prayer is visualizing the outcomes, the situation that we want, not complaining, not begging, not asking, but visualizing exactly what we want. And you can use these basketball techniques when you're visualizing to make it as real as possible. Imagine the person, you have a situation you want to pray about. Somebody's ill. Imagine what it feels like to hug that person, and they feel good now. They're happy. They're breathing easy. They're just calm. How good does that feel? That's how we use our imagination in prayer, to affirm those goodnesses. I'm going to show you this. This is a funny. During the beginning of the pandemic, I created a story. I wrote a story and read it, and I dyed my hair. And so I use this as an example of the last way to use your imagination, which I've actually found to be one of the most powerful. And that is to imagine your future self. What would your future self tell you today about what you're doing today? The way you're acting, the way you're contributing to the world, the way you were putting off things that you should be doing. And I used this recently to talk to my future self. Claire and I were just walking down the river trail, trying to decide about, talking about retirement and all that stuff that's coming up eventually. And one of the things that I did was to talk to my future self and to say, what do I want to be doing when I'm retired? And my future self wanted to be able to sit in a rocking chair, on a porch, looking at the trees, listening to the birds, knowing that I had done everything I wanted to do. There was nothing left unsaid or undone, no leaf unturned, no people I hadn't loved or appreciated enough. And I could enjoy being in my retirement, and I could enjoy not doing anything because I had done it. And that may help us make some decisions about what we're planning for the next couple of years so that I can feel like I've done those things, and when I retire and I talk to my future self, he's going to say, good job, you did it. You were a good person, you helped, you contributed, you explored the world, you did everything that you wanted to do. Now you can relax. And you don't have to regret anything. You don't have to have any regrets. Pure imagination, just like Willie says, pure imagination is the God-given imagination, which comes from a place of love, of kindness, and compassion for all. That's the only real powerful imagination. It's pure. And Willie talks about that in his song, Pure Imagination. I think it was interesting that if you think about prophets, like Jesus or Muhammad or whoever, and they usually talk in parable, and I think that's kind of like Willy Wonka would always talk like that. He never answered the kids' questions directly. He would always answer in a riddle or a song or something different, because I think that's the way a lot of people learn better, something to remember. So I would like to try something. Where are our greeters with their little cards? Did you guys get a card? If you haven't got a card, let's pass around a card. Everybody get a card. Get a card. Raise your hand if you don't have a card. This could result in a golden ticket, so you want to try this. You want to play. And if you're at home, you guys can do this too online. Get a piece of paper, and I'm going to ask you to write down something. You're going to grab a pen from the back of the chairs. Raise your hand if you don't have one. One of the things with imagination is participation. Imagination is also participation in your dreams and your things. It doesn't happen if you don't do anything about it, right? Things don't get invented unless somebody tries and fails a million times. Okay, everybody got one? Okay, cool. All right, so our first imagination is you're gonna talk to your future self. Imagine this future self of yours. Perfect place, perfect time, perfect people surrounding you. What is this future you gonna tell you what your future, just 2 or 3 sentences. You can sit for a moment, imagine it, and then 2 or 3 sentences, write down what your future self would tell you that life is like for you. And this should be written positively. It's not going to be like, I don't have any bills, I don't have any kids anymore bothering me. I didn't say that. All right, it's a positive thing. It's a summary of what your future self would say to you. This is how we are. This is your partner. Your loving partner that wants the best for you. What is that future self going to say? What's life going to look like for you? And once you've got that written out in 2 or 3 sentences, if you flip the card over and write your name on it. I'm not going to embarrass anybody, but now we're going to have our greeters with the baskets. We're going to pass them around. You're going to put your cards into the baskets. I won't embarrass you. Don't be shy. So you put them in the baskets, bring them on up here, and we have a golden ticket. One of you is going to get the golden ticket for your entry in there, and we have a little prize. Bring them on up, bring them on up. Where's our prize, Claire? Do we have a prize? We actually have a pretty delicious gift bag with some goodies in here for the winner of the golden ticket. Bring it on up. Bring it on up. Okay. Okay. How did that exercise feel for you to talk to your future self? Did anybody have any hesitation? That was interesting. It's always interesting to think, how does it feel? Anybody have something they want to share about how they have made them feel to talk to this future self? Were you hesitant to say something because you were afraid that it might not come true? So you didn't want to write it down. Yeah, Dave?
I kind of had the internal eye roll, like, oh God, yeah, right. You know,
Like this can't be real, this can't happen, or whatever.
be realistic, yeah.
Be realistic. Oh my gosh, yeah. Anybody else had a thought or feeling on what it felt like to write this to yourself? Yeah.
Like I wanted to simplify rather than elaborate.
Simplify rather than elaborate. Yeah, perfect. Anybody else? Yeah, Amadine.
Finally connecting to that wiser version of yourself. There was a lot that wanted to come, and I started to feel the pressure, like there's not enough time in the world to write.
You're right. Yeah, she said, so it started to flow and things started to come and the answers, and you didn't know what to say. Okay, can you guys put all of those into one basket, and then we're going to stir them up and pull one out? Anybody else? Anybody else have a thought or a feeling on how that made you feel to write that down? Yeah, Donna. Energizing. Okay, good. Okay, here they all are. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Not going to look. We're going to pull for the golden ticket. And I'm only going to read your name, and if you want me to, I can read your future self thing. Donna B. I think that's Donna B. Is that yours? Fit, radiant, healthy, filled with joy, purpose, and have made a positive impact on the world through creative pursuits. And so it is. And what's powerful about this is that we can help her affirm this. And this is something I was thinking about doing, but I don't want to embarrass anybody. But I thought, if you put these with your name down on the back table, everybody can look at them, and it's like a group prayer. We're all helping you affirm this come to light. Are you guys okay if we do that? If we put your names down on the back table? Yeah? Okay. If you don't want it, you can pick it up. Put them on this table here, but just with the names down. And if you go to the table to pray on them, don't flip them over, anybody. Just look at the name. No cheating. We got Donna's right here. All right, let's do one final imagination together. All right? You don't have to write anything down. We're just going to visualize together this incredible power of our imagination. We're going to use the techniques, making it as real as possible. Think of how this future we're going to talk about is going to smell, how it's going to feel, the emotions that you're feeling. And I want you to join with me in imagining our community. What does it feel like when you walk in here? Sunday morning, any day of the week when something's going on. Imagine the joy of seeing people you know, of knowing that you are supported. Everybody's got your back. How does it feel to hug? As Tamara said, we love to hug here. Imagine hugging your favorite people, what they might smell like, they feel like, their hair, everything that makes it tangible and real. How good that feels. Imagine the sense that you can say anything that is honest and true for you, and everybody understands and sees you. Imagine that future self of yours in the rocking chair or wherever you are, walking on the beach, living a vibrant life, playing pickleball, whatever it is you do. Imagine yourself filled with joy, knowing that you have friends, you have community, you have support, you have love in abundance. Imagine whatever you want for this community, whether it's growth and bubbling with vibrancy and families and children, or maybe it's something more quiet. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong or what it's going to be. It just means this is what you feel. Imagine the perfect community. How would that feel to you? As we bring our collective thoughts back, let's remind ourselves that imagination is our most powerful of all of our powers. And I was lucky enough to be able to talk about it today because I really think it outshines everything else. If you don't have imagination, you either go downhill or you go up. And I'd like for all of us as a community to take our imaginations together and go up. Rise up together and create the most amazing place we possibly can. Does that sound good? Rock, 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 rock. Rock, rock. All right, let's do it. Thank you, everybody. I will announce we have a meditation special for you. Yes. Amandine. Something new. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. You hear me all right? All right. Well, let's first another round of applause because that was a beautiful moment that we just witnessed. You inspired me to change completely my meditation. And then you did a few things. I was like, okay, now I don't know. Do I stick back to the old? My creativity is all over the place. So today I wanted us to embark on an amazing adventure, the journey of going inward. And through that, we are going to create the most safe, beautiful, and creative personal sanctuary and allow that sanctuary to speak back to us. If you're all ready, let's close our eyes. Make sure that your spine is nicely elongated. And take a deep breath in. And a slow, nice breath out through the nose. On your next inhale, visualize a beautiful indigo light coming in and wrapping you in its beautiful energy. The indigo light is the light of the third eye chakra, the temple of our imagination. And so we're going to allow that beautiful color to infiltrate every part of our being, going brighter with every inhale and wider, taking more space in our body with every exhale we take. Feel the energy of that bubble, the power that lies in it. Feel it inside, but also around you. Feel its power. And now as you're starting to settle in that beautiful color, allow it to bring you in your most beautiful personal sanctuary. It can be a beach, a forest, it can be your home, it can be this room that you're right here, or any place that just feels right to you. And so take a look around you. Look at the tools, the objects, the photos of the people you like. Look at everything this room, this sanctuary of yours is showing you. There might be musical instruments, there might be hardworking tools, there might be brushes, whatever it is. Watch with wonder all the things that are taking place in that sanctuary of yours. All those things you see, they might be your conscious or subconscious telling you what truly makes you alive. Those are the tools that you might know or not know about that are here to make you feel the power of your own personal imagination. So as you are seeing all of those things, notice how seeing those elements makes you feel inside. As you're seeing the pictures of those people that really make your heart explode of love and envy and life, just feel where it connects in your body. Take that second to just appreciate your own heart, your own imagination, your own sanctuary. And the beauty, my friends, is that this place is available at any time. So continue to bribe yourself with the warmth of that place, the security, the limitless possibilities that can come from that place within you. On your next inhale, breathe in gratitude for that space. And breathe out love so you can share all the beauty you can create in that space with the rest of the world. Promise yourself that you will step back into the sanctuary every time that you feel you need to tap into your own personal power, every time you feel depleted or lost. The beauty is you don't need to go very far, just deep within. Stay for a few more seconds in there, and once you feel whole, you can slowly come back to this moment, to your breath, and open your eyes. Welcome back.
That's exciting. Silver lining is always good. This next song is called Home, and it's a love song, and it's really about imagining ourselves as home instead of a place on a map or even a house we grew up in. I think it's a time in history where we have to be home. We have to be home for each other, and community is the antidote to mental illness and addiction, and I think community and being home for each other is how we heal things.
When you're a million miles away and you feel like there's nothing to say, and the room keeps on getting smaller and smaller and smaller. When you think you can't come home, rock bottom is where you belong, and the walls keep on getting taller and taller and taller. I'll be your home, sweet home. Kick off your shoes and sing along. I'll be your home. I'll be your home. And when you think they're coming after you, and no matter what you do, everywhere you turn, you see your prison. When you think that it's alright, that your joy gets stopped in flight, I'll be in the living room until morning. I'll be your midnight fire. Pop the corn and strum the lyre. I'll be your home. I'll be your home. so far. I'll be your stone. I'll be your stone. I'll be your home, sweet home. Kick off your shoes and sing along. I'll be your home. I'll be your home. I'll be your shining light in the deepest dark of night. I'll be your stone. I'll be your stone.
All right, everybody. I have seen not one, not two, but three amazing moments today. Amadine with the meditation, Brianna, and Brandon with the song, and Kevin. So can we thank them by giving them a standing ovation? Let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you do. Oh, well done. And Kevin was not just clapping for himself. I just want to point that out. I can imagine harassing him, and he doesn't mind. All righty, guys, it is time for the offering. And as our greeters head up to join me, I want you to imagine for a moment that every penny you invest in our community returns to you 10,000%. That you can see these coffers overflowing from our heart-filled generosity, that the activities we support, the kids that go to camp, paying the electrical bill is kind of important because that's where aircon comes from. In this moment, I want you to imagine that everything is going with such flow and grace, that everything in your life and what you contribute, your heart, your soul, your dollars, your volunteer activities, come back to help embrace this world, surrounding it with kindness, and we don't have to imagine it at all. Each and every baby step you take allows us to do the greatest work possible in this world. Greeters, let's rock and roll.
Let's sing the song.
Gratitude in my heart, gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. Mahalo. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. I got gratitude in my heart, gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
I just want to say thank you.
Dankeschön.
I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
Come on up, my angel. I know, it's a little hard to get through some spots. All right, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. See these coffers filled 10x over. Put your hands out in front of you to just love bomb these overflowing baskets of love and light. And now join me in the blessing of the offering, please. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our belief and belief. They do good work in this world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you so much. All righty. Are there any visitors that are new today? Now, I'll warn you in advance how we do this, okay? For those of you that are like you're here, but you don't want me to call on you, you can go like here. For those of you that are thinking maybe you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves and tell us why you're here today, you can go half hand. Those of you that are ready to just share, go all the way up. So I'll start again. Any visitors new to the sanctuary today? Half hand. Okay. Are you willing? Permission to approach. All right. Here's Claire. Hi, Joni. What brings you here today? Okay. I'd love to tell you we have time, but we don't.
No,
But we will
it's fine.
listen in the sanctuary.
A lot of things. A lot of things.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anybody, did I miss any short, tall? Anybody online? I think I probably surprised them. All right, sorry those of you online if I just surprised you. Alrighty there. We do have a blue card in the back of all the chairs. If you fill that out, this isn't voter registration. We will add you to our email list, and it gives you an opportunity to find out all sorts of cool happenings around here. You have access to the calendar, all sorts of great things. So we invite you to do so, and in doing so, since I'm doing this after the baskets left the room, just drop them off in a basket when you're all done. All righty there. I have a little announcement that will be a bit emotional before we go on. I have an Apple Watch on, which means I get announcements. And our current president has chosen not to run for re-election. It will be announced all over the country. I would like to bring that up, not because I'm being political, but when we think of imagination and possibilities, I'd like to pray that the family is blessed by this heroic effort that he's doing, and I would like to tell you a personal story about the Biden family. Some of you will be aware that I lost my husband to the same brain cancer that the Bidens lost one of their children. Beau Biden died of glioblastoma. And when Joe Biden was vice president of the United States, my husband was seeking new treatments, and unfortunately, glioblastoma is a guaranteed death. And so I reached out to the White House, because I have a lot of chutzpah, and I said, does anybody know anything about any other treatments? And one day my cell phone rang, and a voice said, please wait, please hold for the Vice President of the United States of America. True story. And Joe Biden came on my cell phone. I'm a little goosebumpy telling you this. And Joe said the following, Tamara, I want you to know that your family is in my prayers. That I'm not allowed to call you about any of this. And I'm a babbling idiot, people. And I'm like, I didn't expect a phone call from you, Mr. President. I just hoped there was be an aide somewhere that could tell me something. And oh, wow. And he said, I'm not allowed to outreach like this. I will have an aide contacting you, but Jill can talk to you. And I would receive a text or a phone call from Jill Biden off and on 4 months. Now, a month after my hubby died, my adorable sister, who is an attorney, which is very helpful, announced that we were going to launch a nonprofit called Outsmart Brain Cancer, and I have been CEO and founder of that for the last 8 years. The first check from their personal account that came in to Outsmart Brain Cancer and launched it was from the Biden family. So when I tell you that this news is painful on a personal level, I share that they had the imagination and the willingness to overcome any political system that would say that you couldn't care about me in that moment. And their check comes in every single year, and we have been able to help over 800 people with their donations. So I give you this announcement, adding that we put them in their prayers. He's doing the most heroic thing, and I know it's personal, and I'm not trying to be political, but I tell you this story because I know this family, and they have blessed my life and allowed me to bless others time and time again. All right. Could I get the prayer chaplains up here? Anybody? Kevin, come on up. Dave, Donna, anybody else? Come on up. Oh, he's subbing it out. Can you all join me in the prayer of intention? All right. Holy light shines within and all around me, a presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light. Have the most amazing week. Soulshine, can you sing us out here?
One more time. Gratitude. Let's go.
I got gratitude in my heart.
I got
Gratitude in my soul. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you.